Okay, so I did a pretty amazing job developing this game. It's called Dopamine Dash, and we went through ChatGPT 4.0 first. I wrote a quick description of the game, and then we popped it into O3 Mini High for the actual code development. Did another stage of improving the instructions. We don't actually have the leaderboard at the moment, but that should be fine. And we just told it to build the web application using HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and JSON only. They did a really good job all in a single file. At the moment, we'll probably have to split it later on. So we actually used that prompt at the end of its response to expand and tweak the code for more minigames. So currently we have basic. So this is like a dopamine rush game. Just do clicks and get some dopamine points. And do quick reaction tests. Do a quick memory game. So it's actually highlighting the color boxes that you need to repeat. I think it does 3 rounds. Yep. We have a basic wack-a-mole. And then you can buy upgrades, which essentially just make everything cost more. So you essentially get more bang for your buck, or more buck for your bang as you progress with the game. It's currently level 6, and it just means that everything costs more, but you also get more points for doing the mini games successfully. It's pretty amazing that it was able to do all that. A bunch of prompts, about 5-6 prompts. Started with GPT 4.0, then O3 Mini High actually did the coding, and then we actually placed the code send the code to O1, and it actually was able to spot on figure out what was wrong. Originally the minigame, the round of each game was only a single round, and currently it's looping like three times within each game. So it was able to fix that when asked to do repeated rounds. Also trying to explain the levels, no detail. It didn't actually do the reasoning business. So there's no details on that.
So the text current upgrade level is simply a way to show players which upgrade level they're at. As upgrade level goes up, each click on the main button gains an additional +1 point on top of base dopamine, streak bonus, etc. This is how you can tell at a glance how strong your click power is getting.
Alright, so it's essentially just defining your click power. Okay, so we did a code review with O1 again and found no bugs, but then reviewed the code and made a bunch of suggestions. By the way, everything we do eventually appears on the website. As I said, we started with 4.0. I'm not sure if it's the right thing to do, but we started with 4.0, then jumped onto the high end, the O3 Mini High, and now fine-tuning the game with O1.
Synthesizing suggestions. I'm weaving together the suggestions into a continuous flow of text, considering all recommended code enhancements while adhering to constraints on comments. Pulling together suggestions. I'm combining all coding tips into a coherent flow of text, ensuring a smooth transition between each suggestion. Then, I'll show the code with these ideas seamlessly integrated. Crafting code enhancements. I'm pulling together helper functions to cut down on repetition, highlighting tiles, and managing grid clearing and sound loading, aiming for a smoother and more efficient user experience. Integrating minimal updates. I'm focusing on refining the code with just 5 concise enhancements, streamlining reaction rounds, spawning tiles, refurbishing grid clearing, centralizing area display logic, and tapping into asynchronous sound loading for performance. Setting preload for audio. I'm mapping out a straightforward way to prepare audio files using preload equals auto for each, ensuring efficient sound management while keeping the code clean and effective. Crafting concise functions. I'm developing functions for highlighting tiles, clearing the grid, and managing show, hide logic, keeping the code clean and focused with minimal comments.
We currently have a whopping almost 600 lines of code. And the reaction test, it doesn't actually penalize you if you are doing it slowly. And it's giving you the same number of points.
Implementing time-based penalties. The goal is to add time penalties to the reaction test by measuring the time elapsed after setting the target. Rewards will be reduced based on the time taken per click, ensuring fair evaluation. Refining rewards. Clicking within 200 milliseconds retains the maximum reward, while delays beyond 1 second reduce points. This method maintains minimal code alterations by using existing variables. Refining the approach. To ensure consistent code, I'm adjusting the reward formula to subtract the time spent divided by 200, effectively scaling the reward based on reaction time. Enhancing the code. I'm refining the reaction test by integrating the new reward logic into the canvas. This update will ensure the code is more efficient and maintains its core functionality.
So everything we do eventually appears on this website. Go check it out. Yeah, will be games are good because we can actually see what the AI code generating tools can achieve, what they can do. It's pushing them to the limit.
Your canvas code has been updated. The reaction test now reduces the reward based on how long it takes to click the target, while preserving the rest of the game's functionality. Let me know if there's anything else you need.
We'll do another test quickly before moving on to something else. Okay, so the clicks work okay, and you get this trick is we need a description at the bottom of the HTML, that's for sure. I'm not getting a jackpot here. No, got a jackpot. Is that reaction game? It's not penalizing me for actually taking my time. Ah, it's giving me 0. No, it does now. So it gives me different number of points depending on how quickly I go, which is really nice. So it's still not hallucinating or anything. It's yeah, the wack-a-mole could also have different number of points. Okay, so you're not actually getting points because it keeps moving around, and you're only getting points when you catch it. So that's fine, and you can buy more. It's not quite clear what happens when you like level 5. But anyway, it looks great. Yeah, it's giving less and less points if you're just taking your time, because I think you can get 10 if you're like super fast. Yeah, not entirely sure what does it mean to the current upgrade level. Does it just mean that the upgrade cost is higher? Or does it mean anything else? Yeah, we could obviously, yeah, if we can write a description at the bottom of the HTML of instructions, how to play, how the code works, future directions for this game, and a general overview, and also mention how the game was developed using AI. So instead of drinking coffee, you can just play this game.
Use the main click me button to earn points over time. Build up your streak and try your luck for a jackpot. Reaction test rewards fewer points the slower you click the target. Memory game challenges you to match color sequences for bonus points. Whack-a-mole requires clicking fast to catch moles for rewards. Upgrading increases your base click power, making each click more valuable. The cost for each upgrade rises as you level up. Future directions include adding more minigames, leaderboards, and synergy between them. This game was partially developed with AI-based assistance and demonstrates interactive JavaScript programming techniques.
Yeah, that's instead of drinking coffee. Well, I'm also drinking coffee, but this Dopamine Dash Rush game also helps. And it should be already deployed. Hey, can you double check the code and find any issues? Yeah, that's the new stuff that is coming up on the website. Some actually physics simulations work pretty well. Again, that was all 3 mini what if I take high? Gravity works fine, which is pretty amazing. Yeah, 0 gravity. Each ball has its own frequency. What's my brain doing at the moment? About 3 or 4 balls up in the air. Spinning fast. Can slow down a bit. Try lowering the gravity. Yeah, actually making a new music generator using some machine learning and stuff, because well, all the games we're doing, they're actually there for a reason. They're actually quite useful, first of all, to try and push code generating models. Second, we will be using like the same principles that we have in the games, we'll be using for actually displaying biomedical data later on. So one example is this particle motion model. Could be actually reviewing time series data that way. So you could have the number of channels as your number of particles, and this will be like a seizure in epileptic seizure in EEG. This will be like normal activity, this will be like your sleep or whatever. So all the games are important that way. Yeah, obviously music has a lot of relevance to, well, time series data processing. It's interesting that this tab is working even if you're not on the tab itself. That's pretty nice, because other tools don't work that way. But it's a nice bug that is a feature. So testing some new games that will actually make sense later on. It's all running in your browser, by the way, at just 40 megabytes. It's pretty amazing. Just pushing the site to see what it can do. Anyhow, we'll continue this next time. Let me know if there's any questions. Check the website, and I'll see you in a bit. Bye.